when my personal wealth exceeds 2 million, on what will I spend the rest? I really don't think about it. As long as I've got 50 quid in my pocket, I'm alright. I can do anything for, you know, with 50 quid in my pocket. I don't really think about money, and like, I'm not trying to accumulate things in that way. I don't know, you never know. What if we write the biggest song in the world and we become super rich? If you become so rich that money doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter giving it away, does it? So maybe I'll do that. Or maybe if I become super rich, it'll have changed me so much that I won't care about anything or anyone. Who knows? Do you know what I mean? It's very easy to say down a camera that I would be very philanthropic and you know, give half of my money away. I heard about the Scottish richest guy in Scotland giving 100 million away recently, and you think to yourself, what an amazing thing. But I don't think he's going to be down the dole office anytime soon. But I know his niece, so I'm not going to be nasty about it. But I think it's an amazing thing. How can you be nasty about someone that gives out 100 million pounds, whether he's got, you know, 300 million or 400 million or whatever? So anyway, it all depends, doesn't it? I think it's all relative. I mean, 5 years ago, I didn't have anything, and I think I still live the same lifestyle as I did then. Just don't worry about it as much. Which is a good thing. I'll always buy you a drink if I see you in a pub.
Yeah, I can't say I have that experience of knowing what it is to what it's like to exceed 2 million. But I would imagine, or I would hope to imagine, that if I did get to that level where I was that successful or whatever, I would think there would be a lot more worthy causes than me to have that much money.
Well, given you're living in an economy where £2 million is by far or pretty much all you need, I dare say, for the rest of your life, then I don't know about putting a cap on it, because again, where would it end?
What if your personal wealth exceeds 2 million, what will you do with the rest of it? What would you choose to do with the rest of it?
Well, first I'd pinch myself. I'd put it to causes, I guess. I mean, yeah, I certainly believe in sharing the wealth.
Yeah, I think excessive amount of money should you should make your own personal choice, I guess, and everyone should kind of have the free will to do that. But I think if I ever got to the stage where I was earning £2 million or more, even before I reached, I think before I reached £2 million, I would think about giving it elsewhere rather than putting it into a swanky pad. I think you can be. I don't think happiness. Oh God, profound. I don't think happiness comes from money.
Well, 2 million. I mean, it sounds awful. It doesn't really go very far with, you know, property, cars, you know, just feeding, clothing children for a start. But for me, I think the best thing to invest money in, and I know a lot of people that have made a lot of money from it, is in art. You know, even like early days Banksy's, people who pay 250 quid for something, and now it's gone up to the value of, like, you know, nearly $1 million and things like that. So I'm always looking for some kind of interesting artists, up and coming artists, and they're things that they're on your wall inspiring you all the time. I'm not really into flamboyance or extravagance, decadence. I think it's vulgar and crude. I like to keep things functional and beautiful and aesthetical, and, you know, make your home smell lovely, you know, coziness, and yeah, that answers that question.
I'd give it away, man, because I think that I don't think a man needs more than 2 million. You know, like in Sheffield, I live in Sheffield, you can buy an house for 200 grand, a nice gaff. You're never going to need to buy anything ever again. So I don't think personally a man needs more than £2 million. So I'd give it away to people who need it. You know what I mean? I'd give the Palestinians some, I think, because they're in a big concentration camp, aren't they, in Gaza? So I'd give them some. You know what I'm saying? Because it's I don't know, it's a bad place, isn't it?
Well, I spend all the money I earn following a life which is virtually 24/7, other than the sleeping hours, which are fewer than they should be, in politics. So any money that comes my way gets put to good political use.
Well, I think I might be quite a long way off, but I don't know. You know, it's nice to think that maybe you'd want to invest it into stuff that could kind of go on to help other people and help doing stuff with charity. But I think, you know, if it actually came to it and you've worked for it, I think it'd be a hard question to honestly say I'd give it all away. I'm sure, you know, money kind of breeds money, and I'm sure you'd find stuff that you needed, even if you had all that money.
I've spent the rest on what was it? Wine, women, and song, and the rest I just frittered away. Yeah, that's a very interesting philosophical question, and one that would take me some time to think about. I don't know.
We'll be back next week demanding answers.
Okay.
When it exceeds 2 million, what will I spend the rest? So after I've got 2 million.
After that 2 million.
Which is for me.
What are you going to do with the rest? Yeah.
The rest of it, what am I going to do with the rest of it?
You've got your 2 million, that's safe. You're not going empty-handed tonight.
Okay, so I don't think I'd ever get to 2 million, really.
If you did?
If I did, then me, my family and all my friends would be very rich. And I don't know, what would I do? Walk around saying I don't believe it or not, probably.
I don't mind, not thinking about me personally, but I don't mind people getting very wealthy as long as they do something useful with it. And what seems to happen is, unfortunately, the kind of person that you have to be to earn that sort of money to begin with means that you end up not doing tremendously nice things with it. You know, you get weird exceptions like Bill Gates, who I don't hold up as any kind of saintly figure, but at least he does seem to be putting a plan in action to give away, you know, a huge amount of his wealth at some rate of knots. But I think, you know, frankly, by the time I've earned £2 million, with the way inflation's going, it's not going to be worth that much anyway.